give it a couple minutes here. Let's see. Alright, there we go, there we go. Mute, mute, mute. Right away, mute. Don't want what's happening. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna share this around. Share the link around. Hello there, Cartoon Z. Cartoons. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Cartoons or Cartoon Z? I don't know. Okay. Alright, it's been so long since I played this. Last time I played this was back in September. Back when the shitty internet was still a thing. Yay. Hold on, I'm just gonna take a minute here to share the link around, get completely set up. Alright. Also, I'm gonna have to go get water, or Gatorade. Water. Wait, actually, I wouldn't have to get water this time, since we're doing the class trial. Oh, right, I don't need water. Though, I'll probably get water anyway, because, you know, I'm gonna be sitting here for a while. Alright, okay. Lego. Okay, so, there. Boom. There we are. Okay. Come on. Come on. Let's go. So we got it there. Actually, let's just back out on this. Yeah. Alright. Not promote this here. Hold on, I'll be there in a minute. Alright. Meantime, I'm gonna go get water. Alright. I am back. Got my water. Set you right there. Alright. Woo, it's been so long since I've streamed on this channel, hasn't it? It's been a minute. It's been quite a minute. Alright, just post this to Twitter and then I will be on my way. Everything is just being so slow. Alright. I did announce on Twitch I was playing Danganronpa. You'd think more people would be coming. Alright, we'll see what happens. I think more people will come, but it's just gonna take a minute. Alright. Come on. Laptop is being especially slow tonight. Not to worry. I'm hoping that the internet doesn't start cutting out in the middle of the stream though. That would be bad. Oh wow, I've been at this for 6 minutes. Post. There we go. All right. Let's just get back onto here. Okay. Alright. Alright, here we go. Now, when we last left off, we were getting evidence and whatnot, and now we're at the beginning of the class trial. So I'm just gonna look at the evidence here really quick. Just so I know what we got here. Okay. File number 5. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Okay. The explosion has burnt the upper half of the body beyond recognition. The upper half of the body remained on fire and had to be extinguished because it was the upper half was soaking wet, while the bottom half remained dry. Okay, nails. Okay. Alright, nothing else. Okay. There are bits of charred debris near the body. It should have noted that the bomb, which had been removed from Monokuma in the gym, had disappeared. It's hard to imagine these two events are unrelated. Okay. Sprinklers. Okay, know about the sprinklers. 7:30 every morning. Body. Okay. Alright. Oops. Alright. On Akuma's account. Okay. What Alright, titanium arrows. Bloody duct tape. Kyoko's account. Okay. With that out of the way, let's get into this. Let's go.
Let's begin with a basic if you can figure and I'll punish. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Wait, let me check something really quick. Okay, just had to make sure we're good.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
Alright.
First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
Alright, let's figure this out.
Kyoko! There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No! That's a ghost!
No!
But she has legs and stuff.
Wow, ghostist.
Well, that's just because...
Some ghosts can have legs. Wow.
she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology!
See? He gets it. No. No. Stop. Ghost technology. Just drink. Yay.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Yeah.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
You don't have to prove that. Your proof is literally over there. Our proof is literally standing right there.
Then let's compare Kyoko's traits to the traits of the dead body.
But I guess we have to do it.
Her traits?
One important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her.
I got it!
Gloves.
I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh,
Interesting.
you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Wait, hold on. There's no way that corpse was Kyoko, but if I can't prove why, we're gonna be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to... Damn it, Yasuhiro.
That Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I think there's only the one thing to reveal, right? No, there's two. I know that body isn't Kyoko's and I know I can prove it.
That
prove it.
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Let's speed this up again.
That
Kyoko, there's... Okay, then prove
The dead body wasn't wearing...
They got burnt up in the...
Then she was wearing gloves before...
Well, yeah, she must, because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
Here we go again.
Kyoko. Okay, then prove
The dead body
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing, because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I'll get it. I'm a sniper.
Okay, then prove
Trust
The dead
me.
body
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Okay. Oh, it has to be the fake nails. It has to be the fake nails. Hold on, I got this.
That Kyoko there is just a...
Okay, then prove
The dead body wasn't wearing...
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing, because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
It has to be the fake nails, right?
that Kyoko. Okay, then prove
The dead body
They got burnt up and...
Then she was wearing gloves before...
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing, because that corpse is absolutely...
This
Oh
entire
my
discussion is
god,
idiotic.
what the fuck? Come on.
that Kyoko. Okay, then prove
The dead body
They got burnt up.
Then she was wearing gloves...
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing...
You're
No,
wrong!
it's wrong.
You're wrong!
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves.
Exactly.
Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain.
Yeah.
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Yup.
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko, any thoughts?
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
And that was a waste
Should
of
have
time.
been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Yeah, that is true. Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Good luck with that. Sprinklers, exploded body analysis, tattoo of right hand. Okay.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well,
Can't be the
if we
sprinklers.
can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
Tattoo on the right hand. Tattoo on the right hand. This is what it's used for. Need a... Okay.
If Kyoko really is...
Then who died?
There's gotta be I don't think so. And there wasn't any Well, if we can't identify...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
If Kyoko really...
Then who died?
There's gotta be I don't think so. The face was... And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
If Kyoko really...
Then who died?
There's gotta be I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition, and there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
I'll get the hang of this. It's just been a
Kyoko
few
really-
months.
Then who died?
There's gotta be I don't think so. The face was... And there
Well, it has
wasn't
been
any description in the...
months.
Well, if we can't identify the body...
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
If Kyoko really...
Then who died?
There's gotta be I don't think so. And there wasn't any Well, if we can't identify the body...
That's
No,
wrong.
that's wrong. There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real? If you're lying, you'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death? This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The
makes sense.
design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get
Fenrir,
it to be
right?
like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
I think
No,
that's,
that's not it.
Fenrir,
The
right?
identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you compare the tattoo to the other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear. In the right hand. Aha!
I got it!
Ikosaba.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Yeah.
Fenrir?
No, I'm remembering. The image that represents Fenrir is a wolf. Hangman's Gambit. Oh, the wolf. Give me that L. Give me an F. Give me an F. Give me an F. Mother. There we go. There we
Now
go.
I understand.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
A wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. Then that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character?
Yeah.
Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
He is right.
Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation.
Okay.
Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be 2 suspects.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain.
Oh hey, 5 likes. Nice.
Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The 4 of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the 4 of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Well, it can't be us since we're the main character. Obviously. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Objection!
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
So what time was the body discovered? No, at 09?
Shoot!
Ah. The 9, right?
I got it!
There we go.
The body must have been
Now I got
discovered
the
at
old
9
noggin
a.m.,
thinking.
since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Oh, fuck, I do not remember her voice. I'm just gonna skip through this.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. And I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, it looks like the game has begun. If I can't prove an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
The incident took place in the garden, right? If I remember, there's something that happens there every morning at a certain time.
We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Wrong. Wait, what?
Shoot!
Then what am I missing?
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto...
Yeah, from to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder.
So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would... We've established a time...
It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at...
No, that's wrong! Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right?
Okay, now...
So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on! I remember this part perfectly.
You're gonna have to get a
The
snack.
body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How?
Because of when the body was
Are you
discovered.
saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
Shut up, Toko. Literally, shut up.
No,
Please.
I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Hey, what's up, Ran? Sakura. Yes. Sakura killed Mukuro Iko-san. Plot twist. Oh god. Welcome to the stream,
You're
Ran.
totally wacko.
How's it going?
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with some evidence and that should do it. A chest spray? Interesting. Is it a 4D chess? No, but seriously, what kind of chest breed? I might end up ditching the Ollie, and go back to my pet opening, the Killer Rod. Interesting. Okay. Not sure what that is. I don't remember. If I do know what it was, I'd forgot what it was. But also, okay. Well, hope you've been winning that chess. Ah. Okay. Interesting. Alright, let's see. What we got here? The moment of... Oh god, no!
I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No!
God. Oh, okay. Cole. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh man. Of course.
I refuse to give up yet.
Here we go, let's try this shit again. Oh, okay, I understand. I gotcha.
I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough!
Hey, I mean, I used to be really good at chess. Actually, I think I still am pretty good at chess. It's been a while since I played chess, but you know what? I love playing chess. Whenever I get the chance to, I play chess. Every October, I tend to try to exclusively play the Halloween Gambit, a real opening for white. That's it. Huh? That's cool. I will be. One day, I will.
I refuse to give up
again. I refuse to die. Okay, here we go. I can do this. God, it really had to be now.
I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this! I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me?
Damn it. Oh, wait, I got
How
it.
can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
This should prove it.
Woo. That didn't take so long. Yes. Ha 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 ha.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers.
Exactly.
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry.
Yup.
If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
Yeah.
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac! I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
The top half was on fire.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
The water was blackmailing the sprinklers. It was
So if the sprinklers
H2O.
didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place.
Ultimate water. It was the ultimate water. Ran, you have cracked the
Sometime
case.
after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Yes.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
That sounded so condescending. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Yeah, first, Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which means that Mukuro's killer is me! It was me! I jumped in the game. No, it was the ultimate water. No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered somebody? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
Ooh.
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Okay.
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Yep.
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
The Mastermind played their trap card. Damn it. And I didn't have my solemn judgment ready. Damn.
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Good.
Shut up, you!
Ooh. You just pissed off Byakuya.
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Okay then.
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
Shit. Wait, somebody play H2O bonding so we can combine them back together.
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Tarp. A certain something that at the scene was used to cover the body.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean. This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. That tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body...
Wait, something's not right.
Yes. Yo, can we get a hashtag H2O killer in the chat? Hashtag H2O killer.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Hey, there we go. Alright, you see, Kyoko. Now, gotta make her argue. It was the water all along. Water's the mastermind here. Okay, body before the explosion.
By covering the body with the tarp.
Hold on, let's see. The only real question that remains is it H2O water? Or H2O the terrible movie? Water.
The killer prevented it from getting wet.
H2O water.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Wait, it...
By covering the body with the tarp.
Oh, body before explosion.
The killer prevented it.
So the reason the tarp was because the sprinkler got... But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected since it was facing down to... Of course it didn't get dirty!
That's wrong.
By covering the body, killer prevents...
So the reason that... Because the sprinkler... But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
It's because that side was protected from the water since it was facing down toward the... Of course it didn't get dirty!
No. That's wrong.
No,
Objection!
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
I mean, you're not wrong, but...
That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
You got blood right there in the garden, right? Which must mean...
I got it!
chickens!
Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
So there was a murder after all. The death of a chicken. Another double murder. Double murder homicide. Who killed the chicken? Who killed the person? I guess we're about to find out.
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from
Oh
the
my
scene so
God,
they wouldn't be
Alan,
spotted
what the
walking
hell?
around.
How would have that made any much? How would that have been any better? Ay, ay, ay.
Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Okay.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense.
That is...
You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off.
Right. H2O grabbed the knife and stabbed the shit out of Mukuro Ikosawa. And then murdered some chickens. Well, murdered a chicken.
But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp.
Well, since water was the culprit, I think there's only one perfect execution. Execution done.
Then, later, at the same time the
There
killer
you
was
go.
gathering up the tarp,
Quickest execution.
they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they've already covered in blood.
That's right. That's exactly right. They've been executed. Oh shit. Well, you're not wrong. The killer is inside me now.
This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred.
It's fine. I'm not gonna die. Remember, I'm immortal. I can never die. Just drops it. Okay. Oh shit. Ran's onto me. Oh look, over there, Monokuma! Yep, getting out of here. I'm back. Oh, nice, nice, nice. I definitely wasn't trying to distract you. At all. Definitely not. Oh, that's nice to hear. Oh, oh, funny you should ask that. We were talking about how water was the culprit, the execution I gave it, and all that.
They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But I executed the water, though.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no, I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again. Hey, I mean, we can end the clash trial right here. We already figured out who the culprit was. Water. Also executed the murderer. So the murderer is done. This whole clash trial can end. We can just wave it goodbye. This is just non-canon stuff at this point. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Well, depending on what kind of coin. If you use a quarter, then it is 50-50 odds. But if it's a nickel or a penny, it's no longer 50-50 odds. Why is it no longer 50-50 odds at that point? Because there's the edge. The flat edge. Meaning, it's not a 50-50. It would be a 4% odds.
Oh!
I think, yeah. Wait, you're right. What if water got into the coin?
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Oh boy, am I gonna have to come up with new voices for these guys?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I really did kill her.
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. Water clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. Make your argument. Honey, back to these again.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
I used that knife to kill Mukuro? There's no way. It's Mukuro. Mukuro.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatic?
Well, getting stabbed is, so there's no question.
You took that knife.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It
Okay.
really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he... did have that
Knife before. That seals it. Just because I had the knife, that automatic? Well,
getting stabbed is what killed, so there's no question.
you took that knife.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found...
It's the same one we gave.
It really is, isn't it? I would...
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had the knife, that automatically...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Wrong!
No, that's wrong. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
I think I was stabbed twice in the same spot? No, there's no way that's possible.
I got it!
Obviously.
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Then the knife...
was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer.
Yuppers.
They probably stabbed her to draw
yuppers.
attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward.
That's some kind of odds they're playing at there. Because here's the thing, if you really think about it, actually no. That was a smart thing for them to do if you think about it. The other thing is that there's a chance that they wouldn't even bother looking at the mask. Or under it. But now that we're thinking about it, because we need to figure out who it was...
They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kinda goes back to the beginning, but...
There we go. They all drink water.
What's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you'd bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic-level spontaneous combustion!
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
There's only one explanation I can think of for the explosion.
I got it!
Hell yeah!
After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right?
Oh, you know what would have been perfect? If I played actual execution music while drinking the water. Oh my god, that would have been perfect.
That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
The way it sounds like, the way he said it sounded like it was part of a bong and not a bomb. Or is the way I was hearing it? I don't know. It was part of a bong. Monokuma smokes. Oh no, Monokuma likes to get high.
Oh! Then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Oh my god. I'm glad I'm not the only one who saw that. Monokuma. Somebody needs to draw Monokuma smoking a bong. Or using a bong. That'd be hilarious.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't then there's only one other.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Ah, damn it.
Shoot!
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't because of then there's only one other thing.
See you later, Rain.
According to the
That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Ah, damn. What am I missing here?
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Oh, am I supposed to take somebody's statement?
Well, yeah. She was already.
And it wasn't me. There's only one up.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back.
And more than that,
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me. There's only one up.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that,
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then shall we continue? The victim's
fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her
Oh, wait.
Then shall we continue? The victim's
Okay.
fatal.
The explosion didn't kill her.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the...
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her
Then shall we continue the
debate?
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't me.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was...
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
Damn it.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't
What
me.
am
There's only one.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit...
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
Hell yeah. So right. Okay.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
Yes.
But then, what was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh! I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, okay. Here's one way you could do it. So, you know how there's a top end? Okay. So imagine this. Grab that end and hit the back of their skull with the other end. So you grab the top and you hit them with the handle.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
See, me and Hagakure are on the same wavelength here.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power.
Bullshit.
I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Whoa. No, thank you.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
You're not wrong. You probably would.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right?
So they want to
It just
kill
so
each
happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Real murder weapon.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
An arrow? That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kinda weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master! You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. Bloody duct tape. Gotcha.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master! You have no right!
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as thick. It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master!
Damn.
You have no right!
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must have been about as thick. It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back
Damn
to
it.
Master!
You have no right!
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must have been about. It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master!
You have no right!
I'm bad with this.
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must. It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
That's wrong!
No, that's wrong.
Objection!
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled-up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together. Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together, and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
I have evidence? Evidence of to the dojo.
I got it!
There we
The
go.
one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just... there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she... She knew I was being attacked. And she came to my rescue. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko... She killed someone for me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know?
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? Hell if I know!
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Alright, thank you, Kitty Soup.
Those words you just spoke.
Byakuya's account. Let's look at this again.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory. You said I hid the evidence of my crime and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said.
Oh!
I'm not the killer.
I understand.
You should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated you said I hid and then left the locker key in my... But could I really have done that?
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya, what are you...
Master would never hide something.
You have to take somebody's...
That you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated
You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo lock and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
Those words you just...
Exactly.
I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya,
Master would never hide something from...
there's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo lock. locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct?
But could I really have done that?
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
There we go.
No, that's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Huh? Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko just told us. An obvious lie. Oh right, skeleton key, which allows her to get into any room within the building. But this just isn't like her. To try to save herself with such a desperate lie? Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? Mastermind's trap. Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The Mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro? And Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Let's pursue the lie for now.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Kyoko is definitely lying, and it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden.
I didn't have the key to my room. Because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Wrong.
No, that's wrong. No, Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school. Which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Huh? Then, are you saying you really didn't... Kyoko, you really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you. But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Good job, you got it right. Brilliantly right. We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
I prepared an extra special punishment this time. Is everyone ready? Okay then.
Let's give it everything we got. It's punishment time!
This one we can actually watch all the way through. YouTube censors aren't gonna get this one. And that's how the class trial of Mukuro Igo-Saba came to an end. I still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent or... Regardless, the truth was lost forever, even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial. And in the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Peace, but only inside the school. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope. Hope. Hope? This is hope?
No! This isn't right!
Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
Your claim? Oh, that's right, I have to Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
Well, trying to imply that Byakuya could have gone into her room.
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time.
Exactly.
I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead, and then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Not bad. Nice.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Alright, I think she had a... Yeah, roll it. And it's all your fault. Was it? I don't know. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. No, that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense.
Shing!
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials. I'm not gonna let it end the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Oh, wait. Okay, come on. We're gonna have to get off the air for a minute here. So, can't show you this, apparently, because YouTube censors will get to me and end the stream right then and there. So, we gotta wait a minute. Anyway. But basically, you're not really missing too much. It's the same execution as Kyoko's, but there's a little bit of a difference. I think you'll find out. Possibly, I don't know. But there is a slight difference. And if you want to see what the slight difference is, you're going to have to search it up on YouTube. Because I cannot actually show it. Well, if I'm streaming, that is. If I were doing like a normal Let's Play, just recording it and then uploading it to YouTube, yeah, I could show it then. But streaming, apparently I can't. Okay, it should be good. Oh. Nope. Still going on. Okay. Okay, cool. Alright. There's still a bit more to go. Alright. From that little snippet you saw how the executions work. It's literally the same, just with a little tweak. Again, like I said, I can't show you. You know, it's funny. I don't know the timing of these. I keep forgetting the timing of these executions. So I keep getting. So it's like when I think it's done, is it done? I just pop back and it's. Oh, still going on. Okay. Should be done now, right? Okay, yeah, it's done. Cool. Alright, here we go.
Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, what's that?
Ooh, weird. Yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter Ego.
Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell. I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you have finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck? What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us.
Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. That stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. Yaha! To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the whole entire world.
Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what is the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student can enroll here. The only way in is if you are scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Gah! Finally, I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then, I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare. No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way to get out of there. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. That's a rocket and a tank. I'd better not think too much about what I'm seeing down here. Is that an airplane? How'd something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Rattle, rattle. It's locked. Rattle, rattle. No matter how many times I pushed, or pulled, or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't gonna be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon. I decide to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink, and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up, because I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. A crunch! What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? Yes. Several, as you can see. I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was.
It smells awful.
This place smells awful. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you were doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Thank you. I snatched the bread and water she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Whew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you haven't given up yet, then? Of course not! After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Hmm?
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason I had to survive no matter the cost. I can't offer you any reason other than that.
I'm truly sorry.
Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive...
In other words...
is so that I can do what I came to the school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason.
Correct.
So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? First thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory is gone. At that time, I had forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. And somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from me.
However...
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind, which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. Don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind? One of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were the least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but... I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right?
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability. My ability, what everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Help Speak Academy? There was someone I had to find here in the school. Whatever it took, I had to find him. You had to find someone. Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad? Is Hope's Peak headmaster? Then that explains... When Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved.
Huh? No matter what,
So...
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms, using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile, and that key. Oh shit, it's supposed to say part 13? Ah, damn it. Whatever. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms, meant for faculty use. Let me see if I can change this up a little bit. Alright, edit the title. Edit video? It's supposed to say part 13, not part 12. Let's see if I can fix this. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, there we go. Done and done. Alright. Now back to the stream. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. There we go. There we go. Now everything's correct. And I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there?
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. I was so preoccupied with investigating that room, it was unforgivably careless of me.
However...
So what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is... The moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we've ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. It sounds like it must be important, and really ominous.
However,
it has to do with Mukuro Ikosaba, doesn't it?
however,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then, who did kill her?
anyway,
What can I say? What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikosaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimum restrictions, you are free to explore Hope Speak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikosaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. Huh?
indeed.
What time is it? Well, it's all 11:59 p.m. I could have become the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean during the night?
I
can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. If all that really is true, then I was right to not to expose Kyoko's lie. I'm glad I put my faith in her. So, all of this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try to kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, What does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Lucro was the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. And I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate
It
despair?
would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're...
Indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair. And that is our real enemy. Chapter 5. 100-mile dash in of a junk food junkie. The... To be continued. Yes, I'd like to save. Let's see. Should I continue? Yeah, it's 12:03 a.m. I could go check to see if anybody else is streaming. Let's see. Refresh. Oh wait, I can just go to subscriptions here. There's several people streaming. Let me check. There are several people streaming. Okay. Let's see. Beacon of... Let's see. Beacon of Nick is streaming. Nintagus is streaming. Kratos is streaming. Mega Harp is streaming. Pudge 007 is streaming Final Place. Oculus Mickey. Interesting. So many choices. Alright, I think this is gonna be where I end the stream. We are going to go raid... Let's see, who should we raid here? Could raid Nintagus. Or Kratos. Could raid Mega Harv. Oh, we're gonna go raid Mega Harv. Let's see. I think, yeah. Let's go raid Mega Harv. They are playing Breath of Fire 2 for Nintendo Switch. Alright. Copy. Okay. Let's do Hashtag Lugia raid. So if you guys like this stream, leave a like, comments, subscribe, join the Creeper Cat Army, share this stream with your friends. We'll be back again on, let's see, today is currently Friday. We'll be back on Sunday with more Danganronpa. And with that, I will see you guys later. See ya at Mega Harvest stream. Goodbye.